I feel like it's been forever since we've done a live video. 2 weeks ago, I had the doctor's appointment, and so I had to do the video, in the afternoon, which really was a lot of fun. It was kind of neat doing it at a different time. And then last week, we didn't do a live video. I just did a little short video and posted it because we were it was a whirlwind trip. We left we left Parker, Colorado on Thursday afternoon. We drove halfway to Mustang, and then the next morning we drove the rest of the way, and we spent the weekend with my grandkids, Callie and Aiden. And if you've watched my videos, you all have seen them on here. Aiden is going to be 14 in January, and Callie is 12. And we spent the weekend with them, had a lot of fun, did a lot of silly things. We watched a marathon of The Mandalorian. And I'm a Star Wars person. I love Star Trek and all things sci-fi. And I hadn't seen The Mandalorian because we don't have Disney Plus. If you haven't seen it, it is really done well. I didn't think it was going to be as well done as it is, but it really was done well. We had a lot of fun. We watched both seasons, stayed up late, did silly things, ate a lot of food. And then on Monday through Wednesday, I spent time with lots of family and friends that we've known for years and years and years and years, and had lots of lunches and fun times. And then on Wednesday, I went thrift shopping with my sister Gina. She is the queen of Goodwill. She knows where all the neat bargains are, and she goes to these stores all the time, and they know her by name. And they're like, "Oh, my friend Gina's here. Come on, come look at what we've saved for you," because they know what she's looking for. And one of the things that she collects is called Frankoma pottery. It was made for many, many years there in Oklahoma in Sapulpa, which is a suburb of Tulsa where I grew up. And Gina lives in Broken Arrow. And so we hit all the Goodwills from Broken Arrow to Tulsa, Sapulpa, and everywhere around. And she knows where all the good thrift shopping is. And she gave me some of her Frankoma pottery that she has extras of. And it's really beautiful, beautiful things. The Frankoma Pottery Company is no longer in existence. There is a museum there, but it burnt down. I think it burnt down twice, if I read the history right. But it's something really fun that my sister and I are enjoying doing together. It was a great, fun day. And of course, that evening we went to our old church that we have gone to, the church I grew up going to, and got to see a lot of old friends. So it was just a wonderful time. We got up early Thursday morning and we drove all the way back. And I think I slept Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I was so tired, but it was a lot of fun. And we have some friends there called the Robertsons, and their anniversary is the same day as ours. Of course, they're celebrating 52 years of anniversary, and we're celebrating 40. So it was a lot of fun, but it's super great to be back, and I'm trying to get back into my routine. And isn't this shirt cute? I got this at Goodwill. It was brand new, still had the label and the tags on it. $3.99. It has all these Christmas things on it. I couldn't pass it up. So don't discount going to Goodwills and thrift stores, because you really can find a lot of neat bargains there. I don't usually buy yarn there unless it's completely packaged, because I'm just kind of weird about shoes, yarn, and something else. I can't remember, we were talking about this, that I'm not real keen on buying at Goodwill unless it's got labels and packaged. So anyway, that's what happened this week. It was a lot of fun. And while I was gone, I got a little bit of Happy Meal. We forgot to clink in. Get your coffee or whatever you're drinking, and let's clinkety clink, clink, clink. Isn't that pretty? I've had this one for a while. I don't know where I got it, but I'm sure I loved it because it had a cardinal on it. Alrighty. I'm drinking good old Folgers today. But I am going to tell you in a little bit about some coffee I discovered when I was in Oklahoma. But before we do that, I want to show you some of my Happy Mail. I got some fun cards while I was gone. I don't have my address out there, so I don't get a lot of cards. If you want to send me a note or a card and you don't want to do it like through email or something, if you email me, I will give you my shipping address. I just don't want it out there because I don't want all the spam. Okay? Isn't this the cute one? This one says, I asked Santa to bring you a new car for Christmas, but I guess he thought I said card. He's old and his hearing is going. I think that's the cutest thing. This one was from Connie. Connie won our contest, or our yarn giveaway. Dog hair on my lips. She won our giveaway a while back, and I appreciate that card. That is super cute. I think I still got it on my lip. Anyway, I got this one. It says Christmas Blessings. And this one is from Kitty Cook. Celebrating the hope of Christmas and the joy of knowing people like you. Isn't that nice? And then this one is from another friend. And it's all about the Savior and the verse Luke 2:11. So that's really nice. May the Christmas be joyful, peaceful, and bright, and filled with the love that very first night. So I really do like Christmas cards, but I'm going to be honest with you. I just don't send them out anymore. I make an email, and then I send that email to all the people that have sent me cards, and I just send that email out. I know. I used to be one of those people that would buy several boxes of cards, hand them out, give them out. I guess I just got internet lazy. But anyway, like I said, if you ever want to send me a note, you can do that through the webpage. The link will be under the video, and under every video it says website, www.poshpoochdesigns.com. And if you want to send an actual letter or card, I'll give you that shipping address, okay? But only through that. All right, now, the subject I wanted to talk to you about, which is really interesting because I got a lot of emails and messages while I was gone, and I'm going to tell you, I had almost 3,000 emails and messages that I had to go through for being gone for those 7 days. But one of the things that kept coming up is, I'm stressed. I'm not done with my projects. How am I going to get through Christmas and the holidays? Or I'm supposed to have a New Year's Eve party. I'm not ready. What do I do? And so I'm going to give you just a few things that help me. Okay? And so I jotted this down, and if you want these, they'll be on the blog, and I'll put that blog link under the video after we finish, because I like to put the link from the video on the blog, and then I'll put the blog link on the video. How about that? All right, so let's talk about holiday stress. How can we avoid it? Well, you can't. You can't avoid it, but here are some tools that I use that help me. Okay, so there's all the parties we have to go to, get-togethers, gift exchanges, family events, and issues. And every family has issues. Every friendship has issues. Things we just don't want to talk about. Okay, and so here are some things to help us. Number one, this is something that I do. Make a decision to enjoy the holidays. Do the things that bring you joy and say no to the things that don't. If you're that type of person that gets a whole bunch of invitations and you're expected to bring a crochet gift to every one of them, say no to some of them if it's just too much. And if you cannot and you don't have time, don't bring a gift and say, I'm not involved in that. I'm not going to do it. I'll watch you guys. You can still have a good time, but just don't get overwhelmed with what is going on. Okay, so make a decision. What you're going to do, where you're going to go, and stick to it. Okay? The next one is, when you do decide to go to some of these parties and holidays and events, concentrate on the people and the moments. In other words, you're in this great big room, and if you're like me, I have a tendency to sort of sit back and watch and then find where the dog is and go talk to the dog. I don't really consider myself like an introvert, but I don't really like enormous crowds that are loud. They drive me bonkers. And so what I'll do is I'll sort of sit back, see who I know, what they're talking about, And then I'll concentrate on maybe one or two particular people in that group instead of trying to be a butterfly and flit around to everyone. It's exhausting. It is emotionally exhausting. Okay. So concentrate on an individual or individuals or the moments. If you see a child over there laughing, opening a gift, that's joyful and fun. That's something I enjoy. So just concentrate on that. Not all the chatter going on everywhere. I'm not one for small talk. And so I just like to concentrate on maybe a moment or some people. And even this last week, we saw a lot of people because, I grew up in Tulsa, and then my husband and I, he was in the Air Force. And then after he got out of the Air Force, we moved back to Tulsa and raised our children there. And so I have tons of friends from my childhood as well as my kids' childhood. And so it can be a little overwhelming. People are coming up to you and hugging you and talking to you, and you're trying to talk to everybody. And so what I tried to do is concentrate on certain people that I really wanted to connect with. Okay? You don't have to be rude. You can say hello. And say, I wanted to talk with her real quick. Oh, excuse me, I wanted to talk to this other person real quick. And you can do this in a kind and loving way without getting yourself emotionally drained. Okay? The next thing I want to say is, this is something I learned from my mom, and that is practice gratitude and thankfulness. If you go to one of these big events and maybe you don't want to participate in the gift exchange, or you just don't have time, think of things that you can say to others that are grateful or thankful. Thank the host for doing the party. Say, thank you so much for this party. I had a great time, but I'm going to have to scoot on out. And don't stay all night. Make an appearance. Let the host know you appreciate it and get out of there. Because I'm telling you, if you go to every party every night of the week for the next 2 weeks, you're not going to enjoy yourself. You're going to be exhausted. Okay? So find things to be grateful for, show gratitude and thankfulness. It's those little things that you do, smiling at someone and saying thank you. And, if you find out someone made a certain casserole or some cookies that are just amazing, thank them. One of the things that I have found, and again, from my mom, I learned this, is that if you reach out and say be thankful to somebody else, it lifts your spirits as well. And then you don't feel bad about scooting out early. And yes, I do that. All right. Another thing is, if you're feeling stressed, you've got to make all these gifts, your crochet's not done. Even if it's not done, this is something that I have done in the past, is take a picture of what you're making and send a note and say, this is what you're getting, but it might be February. It's not that I'm not making something for you. And the thing is that some people won't appreciate it, but most people understand that when you're making a gift for someone, especially crochet, you're going to go to the store and you're going to pick out yarn. You're going to think of that person while you're picking out that yarn, while you're picking out that pattern, and while you're making that, and tell them that in the note. I thought of you when I picked this bright red yarn because red is your favorite color. I'll have it finished in February. Things like that you can do to take the stress off. Okay? And another thing is, if you're like me and you have extra things around, maybe you've got a pile of hats or scarves. Show some generosity. Maybe take those to a charity or a refuge, or maybe make blankets for dogs or something like that and give them away. This will also help you feel like you're contributing to somebody who needs something, and it's also going to help you clean your yarn room. It's a twofer. But really, doing something for others will help lift your spirits, okay? All right, the other thing is, don't forget to enjoy yourself. Laugh. It's okay to have a good time, even if you're feeling a little bit stressed, okay? It's okay to laugh, have fun, be silly. And I put a note in here that says, find some silly dad jokes. I love those. They're so much fun. And one of the things that I like to do is when you're in a group of people and they're just chatter, and you're just kind of sitting there like, you don't know what to say. Tell a silly dad joke. It's the best thing ever. Or a silly Santa joke, or something that's just completely silly, and it'll help. It really will. So don't forget to laugh and be silly. Okay? This one, number 6, is very important. Take a time out if you need some self-care. And what that means is, if you're in a big room, and maybe it's at your house, and you're feeling a little overwhelmed, go in the other room and take a time out. Read a chapter in a book. Pick up your crocheting or knitting or whatever craft you're working on. Take a quick rest or break. And it helps if there's a dog there to cuddle. You've got to take a break. You've got to get away from all the monotony and the craziness of the holidays. And I don't care what holiday you're celebrating. There are major expectations put on each other. And we need to stop doing that and just do what we can. Take a time out if you need to. And, someone may look for you. Where'd you go? Oh, I just needed a minute. People understand. They really, really do. All right. So take a time out. Find a quiet place, read a book, do a craft, or just rest and cuddle a puppy. It's amazing the healing power of a dog, even if you don't know that dog. I'm that weird person that when I go to someone's house, I always look for the dog. It tells me 2 things. If a person has a pet, and if it's a cat or another pet, that's fine too. But I tend to be a dog person because we have allergies and so we don't have cats. But I tend to be that person to find out if that person has a pet that tells me, a little bit about who they are. Now, I understand some people don't have them because of allergies and things like that. But I'm that person who always looks for the dog. Okay, now, the very last thing I'm going to tell you on this list is set aside other people's expectations of what you should be doing for the holidays. You've got to do what you can do. And as I said earlier, it's okay to say, no, I'm not going to be able to go to that get together tonight. Or, no, I'm not going to be able to bake those 27 dozen cookies for you. Or, can I just bring a bottle of soda? I'm not going to be able to bake that casserole. There are things that you can do to lessen your stress like that. And it's okay to say no. If you're feeling overwhelmed, say no. It's okay. Just remember that it goes a lot farther if you say it with a smile and a good attitude. Okay? Because it's really, really hard to say no sometimes, especially if it's family. All right? But it's okay to say, you know what? I'm just not going to this year. I've got some other plans. And if those other plans are sitting at home watching Hallmark movies with a bowl of popcorn, that is super duper okay. All right? So, we have to make a decision. We have to decide to have joy, but we can still say no. And to be careful and to take care of ourselves. Because we can be overwhelmed. And you know what happens to me when I get overwhelmed? I eat sugar cookies. I eat chocolate. And those are things I'm not supposed to have. And so we need to be in control of not allowing ourselves to become overwhelmed. Okay, now, having said all that, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist, or any of those things. This is just something that helps me. Okay? All right. Yes, I have 2 pages of notes today. All righty. I know that this time of year we can get overwhelmed with everything that we're expected to do. All right. Now, I want to tell you about this coffee. Okay? It's called Kapha Bun Roastery, and I discovered this when I was in Oklahoma. Okay? Now, I ordered the beans, just in case you're wondering what the rattle is. Now, they roast and design their coffees in their own home. And I'll put the link underneath the video when we're done. I'll put that link so you can go there and check it out. And what this is they design their own coffees. I'm going to put this down here so you can see those labels up close. Kapha Bun, I said bean, Kapha Bun Roastery. I ordered these 2. This is called Let It Snow. And the notes, and what the notes mean are the flavors. They don't use fake flavors. These are all natural, real flavors. This one has chestnuts, butter, and dark chocolate. This tastes like warm Nutella. It was so good. Okay. This one is called Bally Blue Moon. And the notes in this one are dark chocolate and vanilla bean. And they're both completely amazing coffees. And they have quite a bit more other flavors. They change. They have a harvest kind that I think they're almost sold out of. But like this Let It Snow In is their winter blend. Okay. And then they have, I think, an African blend, a Brazilian blend. I can't remember all of them. But like I said, they order the beans in from other places. They roast them in their home. They make the flavors. They're not fake flavors. They're real natural flavors. And then they roast them together. And you can buy it with the beans. And since I have a coffee grinder, I went ahead and just bought the beans. And then if you want to buy just the coffee, they'll grind it for you. Either way, and I really want you to go and check it out, okay? She told me, she said, I'm putting this together real quick since you're in town, because if you live in the Oklahoma City area, you can just go pick it up. But they have a website, and I'll put all of that in the thing underneath. I just want you all to go check it out. It is amazing coffee. And when she gave me the beans on Sunday night, she said, let it rest for 2 or 3 days because it needs to ruminate, needs to get all in there with the flavors. And I said, oh, that's fine, because I saw her on Sunday and we didn't leave till Thursday to go home. And usually when I get home from a trip, we empty the car and then I clean, vacuum, and like Febreze to get all the stinky feet smell out. Not that people have stinky feet. I guess what I should say is stinky dog, because we took our dogs with us. But I went out there to do this, and I'd forgot. We'd been in and out of the car, so I'd forgotten that the coffee of the smell of the coffee was in there. So I opened up the back to clean, and I was like, that smell of how wonderful this coffee was was like ruminating inside my car. So I just sat there for a couple minutes. So anywho, I really want you to go check out this coffee. It is amazing coffee. Okay. And they've got a list of all the coffees and what's in them. And I mean, it's definitely an amazing coffee. I ordered these 2, but there's another blend I want to order as well. But I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until I'm lower on coffee. If you saw my coffee cabinet, you'd probably go, oh my goodness. I think she has almost as much coffee as she does yarn. So anyway, I wanted to tell you about that. All right, so let's talk about what we did this week at Posh Pooch Designs. So if you participated in the crochet along, we did Gloria. She is our Christmas angel. And I took her with me because I was going to take pictures of her. And then she got in the bottom of my yarn bag and went to sleep. And she's just a little chubby, squishy angel, and I just love her. And she's really easy to customize. You can change her clothes. You can change her skin tone, her hair. And the way we stitch her hair on, it's kind of stitched around. And then we added braids. But if you have someone you want to give it to and she has maybe long dark hair, you could just add long dark hair. If they have curls, you could add a curl instead of a braid. So you can totally customize her. Isn't she precious? And she's just little. She's about 12 inches and just squishy and sweet. This is Gloria, the little Christmas angel. Now, remember, when I show you a crochet pattern, there is a written pattern with pictures. There is a video as well. And underneath the video will be the link where you can go and find the written pattern with pictures. And I try to do that so that you've got a photo tutorial, a written, and a video tutorial. All right? All right. Now, if you want to find her, of course, I'm going to put the links of all the patterns I'm going to show you today underneath the video. But also you can go to the Christmas playlist and find all the Christmas patterns. And of course, I've got lots of other playlists also that you can look through and find other patterns. All right, so that's Gloria, the Christmas angel. Then we did the Sparkle Christmas gift bags. And I love these. They're super fun. They're not very big. They're just big enough to put something fun inside. But it's super easy. It's super easy if you want to make it bigger. Now, I got several messages that said they can't find sparkle yarn. You can see how sparkly that is. This is at Hobby Lobby, and Hobby Lobby carries their sparkle yarns all year long. They will always have the red and the green, but they also have purple and silver, white, off-white, teal, pink, orange, and black. And it seemed like there was another color, okay? But other places you can find sparkle yarn is Karen Party is a sparkle yarn. Karen is a Yarn Inspirations. You can also find Red Heart with Love with sparkle in it at Walmart. And you can find Joann's has several different sparkle yarns. Do yourself a favor and go online and just put in sparkle yarns. And you'll be amazed at all the beautiful yarns that will come up, okay? But you don't have to make these in sparkle if you don't want to. You can use any colors that you want. I just stuck with the Christmas because these are Christmas gift bags, okay? Christmas or goodie bags. They're perfect to put a bag of cookies inside or a bag of treats. All right, then last Friday, on Friday Fun Day, we did our reindeer ornaments. And they're super easy and super cute. They make good place markers, tags for bags. Of course, you can hang them up for any decoration, hang them on your tree. And they're super easy. The nose for Rudolph is a red button. And you can embellish it how you want. I put a little sparkle there. This one's got a little package at the bottom. And they're really super duper easy. And I was having some fun doing lots of ornaments. And I like doing ornaments because they're quick to stitch up. I did want to show you this one. This is a sparkle brown. Can you see the sparkle in that? It's a brown. It's like, I think it's called taupe. Okay, so there are other colors out there besides just Christmas colors with sparkle. All right, now, yesterday, these other ones were all scheduled so that they would hit YouTube while I was gone. Okay, this one we did yesterday, and it's our coffee cup Christmas ornament and Stuffy. Check out the Stuffy. Isn't that the cutest thing? I just love her crazy eyes. They turn out so funny. She makes me laugh. Someone said, "Oh, I just love her." I said, "I know. I think I'm going to keep this one." Okay, so the Stuffy measures about 5 inches tall, so she's quite a bit bigger, or he. But the ornament is super cute. Here's one that I did with the face. And it's an ornament. You can use medium weight number 4 yarn in any fiber that you want to. It doesn't matter. Any fiber will work as long as it's a medium weight number 4. Now I striped this one, put a little button on there. And one thing about these, they're going to hang like this. So keep that in mind. Here's the blue and pink one we did for the video. I'm going to put my finger in there so I can hang it. And I've got them sort of sitting cockeyed. And if you set it up, it looks weird. But it hangs on the tree like this. And it looks like they're sliding off the cup. I think that's hilarious. And then this is just a basic. I put some hearts on it, you know, Christmas colors. And the thing is, you don't have to make these in Christmas colors like I did this one. It's, you know, fun. So to make the regular size, which is 3.5 inches tall, you're using 1 strand of yarn and your H hook, which is a 5mm crochet hook. To make the Stuffy, you're using 2 strands held together, and you're using a K hook, which is a 6.5, if I'm right off the top of my head because I don't have the pattern in front of me. All right, and so what makes the difference is you're using 2 strands held together to make it bigger. Okay, but if you want to use like your blanket yarns that are a 5 or a 6, those will work also. Just keep in mind they'll be a little bit bigger. And that's okay, right? I mean, it's super fun. All right. And you follow the pattern exactly the same. You're just using a different hook size. And the eyes, of course, are done with 1 strand and your 5mm crochet hook. And all that information is on the pattern as well as the blog and the video. Okay. And so that's what we did this week. Now I have some fun things coming up. I have one more, what I call a quick Christmas pattern tomorrow. We're going to be doing remember the velvet hat that we made? We're going to be making a cowl to go with this so you can make a super quick stitch gift with the hat and the cowl. We're going to do that tomorrow. The hat's already done. You can find that hat, of course, in the playlist with headbands and hats, as well as in the Christmas playlist. And then we'll do that tomorrow. And then there won't be a video on Friday because, Christmas. Unless I come up with something silly and fun, I might do a pop-in thing. We'll see. Because that's, Friday fun day. And then next week, we're going to do a couple of New Year's things, just some fun things to do for New Year's. And then I will have a live video next Tuesday. And what we're going to do for next Tuesday's live video is I'm just basically going to let you know what we're going to be doing for 2022. Our crochet along and some other things, some ideas, Friday fun days, things like that. Just give you an idea of how 2022 is going to go. All right, so tune in next Tuesday for that information. All right, it is after 10 o'clock, and so I'm going to let you go. I like to try to keep these, right around 30 minutes so I don't take up too much of your time. And I just want to leave you with this thought. I want you to have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, a wonderful New Year. And every year I come up with a word that I like to use as my theme for 2020 or, for the new year. So think about that. What you think our word, and I say our because this is our crochet channel, what our words should be. I've got a couple in mind, but I'm just wondering what you're thinking. Okay? All right. So I'm going to let you go. And I want you to have a wonderful Christmas. And I will see you next Tuesday.